told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
A gain of 9.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw here. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Saints.
Back to throw again. Smith catches left side. And down inside the 15 he goes. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Being chased out left. He'll try and run it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Strong coverage by Washington. And now fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
A 28-yard attempt.
Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
7.
These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
At their own 4.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And they'll start with a quick throw complete out to the right. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
The tackle made.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On third down, Love going down the middle, and it's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A reminder as as we've done all year. We'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Flush to his right, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Airing this one out for Evans. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith there to make the grab. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Matt Prater lining up for
so a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to them a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis? And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Play fake. Here's Love. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
40-yard line.
Play action this time with Love. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington has taken the lead.
His kick is
on this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And 9.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Love from the gun. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
We're in the 3rd quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10. On the option, Love will hang on to it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Open space inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. 23 yards for the touchdown. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Not much there, only a yard.
Number 4. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Saints' 34-yard
line. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Right back to him on first down. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 4-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Back to the air. Tannehill on second down. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 3rd and long. It's Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Airing this one out for Evans. That's caught inside the 20. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
48 yards.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Tannehill throwing again. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. He's got Jack Doyle. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down. Now Tannehill to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
To put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 97 yards. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their backs really against the wall now. And we knew how tough it would be for them. You're coming on the road, NFC title game, crazy environment, and certainly just not looking good here in the 4th. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Yards on the pickup.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second and a couple, Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. Oh, refusing to go down. And this will wind up a Saints first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On the tackle. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
This was the goal before they started the season, to play in a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why songs are written about teams. Okay, you go back, some teams wrote them earlier in the season about their goal of getting to the Super Bowl. This one, they're going to be able to break it out now because their goal was to get there, and they achieved it. How about that? That's pretty fantastic.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you